Kevin Wildes, a guy who lost an all-time great quarterback. It's not easy out there. Great quarterbacks don't just come along. You think you got a great quarterback? Next thing you know, you throw 3 interceptions in Buffalo and miss the playoffs. Moving on to Dallas. Not the best game for the Cowboys. Lose to the Commanders 26-6. Dak, nice little collection of pick sixes. Got another one. 128 yards. Not great. Jerry Jones says, you know what, bro? Glass half full. Maybe this was good. Take a look.
If that doesn't make you want to get ready to go in about 6-7 days, nothing else will. And that was as thorough butt kicking as we've had this year. And we're going to find out if that'll get you ready or not. We can come back and take this nightmare, whatever you want to call it, and turn it into a plus.
You buy that? You buy that?
I'm just sick of hearing Jerry Jones talk. I really am. Because he sets the tone for a franchise that has become. Because I remember the days of Tom Landry and Jimmy Johnson. They were a serious
Tell me
franchise.
about Tom Landry's hat, bro.
When he took over, they have become a silly franchise that is more style than substance. And that is why they are like a roller coaster. And I've been telling you guys for 2 months, they are as more liable than any other team to go out there in the playoffs and go out there and put forth their F game.
True.
And last night we saw their F game. In a situation where you could get the number 1 seed, we know it wouldn't have worked out, but they didn't know that.
And by the way, it's not like, just real quick, it's not like Philly was up 30 points. And so it's like, okay, we can't get it.
Like
the Giants were right there, and so they don't even get that excuse. Go ahead.
Look, Washington had nothing to play for. I get it, it's a division team, but
Sam Howell.
Right. They're starting someone named Sam Howell for the first time in his NFL career, and you're the what are they, 4th highest scoring team in the league, the highest with Dak, and you put up 6 points against a Washington team that is sitting several of their best players? F game. Look, from the beginning. Here, the punt, the bobbled punt, we got that. That's F game. All right? Then we got this. And I like Turpin, but F game. And then Dak, you're lucky you had it. He threw another pick right on the play before. F game. You will go down to Tampa Bay next week, and mark my words. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. I just hate seeing foolishness. Golly.
That's fair.
All right. Can I say something here?
Yeah.
I don't say this often, Wilds. Brew was right.
Yeah.
Brew.
First of all, you say it a lot, but thank you. Thank you.
Because Brew was saying all this jibber jabber about F game last week, and I was like, what are you talking about? They've lost twice since Dak's been back, both in overtime. One to an excellent team with a great quarterback and the other to the Packers. And I was like, we're not seeing the F game. But then we saw it.
Yeah.
And that was the worst possible finish to a season that doesn't involve one of your key players getting hurt. You played all your guys, you treated it meaningful, and your quarterback, who we were like, maybe he can get on track. This is not hyperbole. Can I show you the graphic? And then I'll give it to you, Wiles. That's the worst game of his career, guys.
That's not great.
That is the worst game of his career against a Washington team that is done. I know last week they didn't know they could be eliminated, but this week they knew they were. Here is the only, and I think it's a sign, Wilds, of an emotionally immature team.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
A team that went into the game like, I know we could win the NFC.
That's what it is.
But Philly's gonna win.
Exactly right.
But that's emotional immaturity.
Yes.
That it is hard to be a champion at that level. It is like that. And so there are a lot of the only silver lining is this. Maybe because of that performance, they are less likely to bring that level next week. And I think even you would think that's possible. But that is a mortifying performance by the Cowboys.
All right, Brew, can I show you my banner that I made?
Oh, we have another banner?
A banner?
Yeah, it's a quick preview to
Chris
next
was
week.
right?
Since
Brew was
no,
right?
it doesn't say Chris was right. The Cowboys points in 12 Dak starts, 360. The Bucks all season, 313. So you might be out on Dak, but Dak by himself in 12 games has scored more points than Tom Brady. So I know he throws the ball to the wrong team. I know he threw another pick six. But next week, it's Cowboys over Brady. I'm
really?
sorry. I hate to
How many of those 360 came against Tampa Bay?
Josh, how many
Three.
came
It's
against
just three.
Tampa Bay? Three in the first game of the season.
Hold on.
Regardless.
Can I add one little layered take in here before we
Go.
break? Silver lining, Cowboys fans.
It sounds like y'all gonna pick them.
If,
I know you are.
No,
Cowboys.
wait a second.
Go.
If you lose to the Bucks, Sean Payton might be your coach next year.
Not might. That's a definite.
I think Mike McCarthy went from having no chance of losing his job to this performance plus if they get beat by a below 500 Bucks team. I think that could be enough that all of a sudden you move on. From
I
him.
agree
I
with
think
that.
that's on the board. I think it's on the
I
board.
agree with that.
I think it's more than on the board.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought that was the trumpeters.
No,
it was
no,
just the
they're
banner.
somewhere
Oh, we have
around.
so much
Trumpeters?
excitement.
Oh,
Is
I think
time
it
to
is
sound the
almost-
trumpet?
Whole lineup, you can win next year in
Dallas
Denver.
has a good defense.
They have some great defensive players.
So Denver. Ooh.
First things first, next.
First Things First is sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Live from New York. It's the show that is, for me and Brew, reluctantly celebrating Trevor Lawrence's arrival in the playoffs. The prince who was promised carries Jacksonville to their first playoff game of his young career. But can he get back to his midseason success? Meanwhile, Dak throws yet another pick six and the Cowboys lose. But could this loss actually be good for Dallas? And finally, the Kansas City Chiefs, so bored with winning, decided to break out this play. I've heard it referred to as the Arctic Circle, which I liked. Also the Snow Globe. Seems like a lot of Nick Wright in the show early. We're a minute
What a
in.
day.
I'm Kevin Wilds alongside
Where'd the
Chris
trumpets go?
Broussard. Okay, they'll be back.
Oh, okay.
This was a wonderful play. Do you have anything to say about the Chiefs?
Oh, you
Season
know what?
so far?
I'll save that.
Okay.
I'll save what I was right about with the Chiefs after we get to what I was right about with the Packers.
Okay.
So let's
You're in
just
for
go
a
ahead.
treat this show.
Yeah, we've
Thanks
got a
for
lot.
joining
What
us.
was my New Year's resolution, Wild?
Mr. Consistency.
No, be less hungry.
We start with the Packers packing. As correctly predicted in Upset Alert, the Lions knocked off the Packers behind Rodgers. 17 completions for 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Brew, you believed in the Packers, then you didn't believe. Where are you now with Aaron Rodgers? He's out of the playoffs.
Well, he deserves the lion's share of the blame
I like that.
for why they're out, no pun intended, for why they did not make the playoffs. And you guys know, I sat up here last week and with Nick and Coach saying Rodgers doesn't deserve much credit. I gave him the lion's share of the credit for the win streak,
But
right?
what didn't
Because
you
he
like?
set the tone.
Yep.
Right? He set the tone. We're not quitting. We still got a chance. We're not eliminated. I thought the locker room believed because Rodgers believed. I didn't like Nick, and I said it from the jump.
this is
Why take the victory lap?
Yep.
He was talking last week after they pummeled Minnesota.
Like it was over.
Like they had made the playoffs. He mocked the media. Oh, they were talking about us when we were 4-8, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was smug. He was condescending. He was cocky, like the Lions weren't even there. And then, I don't know if that affected everyone, but it may have caused him, again, no pun intended, to relax. He relaxed just enough, just a little bit. And he was not on the top of his game. And the defense, look, the defense held the Lions to 20 points. One of the best offenses in the league, held them to 20 points. Rodgers did not get it done. You put up 16 points, 1 touchdown against one of the worst defenses in the league. You can't throw for more than 205 against one of the worst pass
And how'd it
defenses
end?
in the league. And the ending, Nick, he threw that interception up like it was just a jump ball. I mean, he just threw it up. It was almost like he wasn't
threw it
looking.
up like it was 4th down with
Yes.
30 seconds left.
Thank you. I was saying it's 3rd and 10.
Correct.
Why don't you throw under
No,
the
of course.
next season?
But
So I turned it over to Jordan Love,
That's
and I
fine.
either trade Rodgers or let him retire.
But doing that now, just to be clear, and then we can move on, is so much scarier because you didn't let the kid play.
Well, they should
You
see
can turn
enough
it over
in practice.
Practice.
I mean,
Come on, man.
and if he's horrible, guess what? Your team is bad, and maybe you can draft another quarterback.
Fair enough. It's such a missed opportunity.
It's time to move on.
What, Wilds?
Well, I don't know. You're going to draft a quarterback?
Well, not yet.
You guys won back-to-back MVPs.
You're not
and
ready
had
to move on?
No, he just won the MVP last year.
He
had one
just
bad
couldn't
year.
score one
he had a bad
touchdown
thumb.
against Detroit.
He had a bad thumb.
Wait, so you think
He
he's still
couldn't
really
win
good?
it when he was at his best.